Hello, everyone. Welcome to Off the Charts, episode 246. My name is Dan. Cheers to you all. I'll be your host. All right. There we go. Before we start off, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Hit the little thumbs up and a little bell to be notified when I publish new content like this. And also, in the link below is my Instagram profile. If you haven't checked it out already, I do post a vinyl of the day every day. Some albums that or collections I don't have completed, which you haven't seen here yet. I post that every day on Instagram. So anyway, check it out. So today I'll be talking about a band I actually discovered last summer. Was it last summer or last? Could have been last fall or winter. I forget. It was last year anyway, not long ago. And it's one of those discoveries I'm like, oh my God, how have I not known about this? Well, I've known about them. How come I've never heard anything from them? So I'm talking about Axe. This band was formed in Florida in 1979. Now, what I do find interesting is the look of this band does not match the sound at all. If you look at them, and I'll show you pictures later on, they look like motorhead roadies or people that could have been in Motorhead, you know? But it sounds like AOR rock, basically. Very heavy on the piano, keyboard, and guitar. You know, there's still heavy guitars in there, but they are not as heavy as the look would make you believe. But I've known about these guys all my life. I've known the name, let me put it that way. I remember as a kid going to the record store with my neighbor and his friend, and they were looking at an album from Axe. And that was my first. I was like, oh. And the guy was like, man, I'm not buying that. Like, that was it. I've seen the albums many times in bargain bins here. They're fairly readily available. But it wasn't until, like I said, either last summer or last winter or fall, probably not winter, when I went with my friend Pascal to Montreal for our twice a year maybe road trip for shopping records and French comic books. Like you could see right here, those like Tintin type. Anyway, so we go there a few times and we go to a new favorite record store of mine called Frisson. So much that even my friend Yan now goes to that store after I told him about it. And he's been there twice, and this is in the span of 2-3 months now. So, and he's always buying stuff there. So it's a great store in Montreal if you like new and used. Anyway, make a long story short, at the counter they have used records that people brought in to sell, and sure enough there was an Axe in there. My friend Pascal's like, oh, you should get that. And I'm like, why? Like, it's been in front of my eyes all my life. He goes, oh, you're gonna like it, trust me on that. It wasn't too expensive, so I said, okay, you know what, might as well give it a shot. And I'll show you the album later on. Well, lo and behold, here I am with all -1, the whole collection, like in record time. It's kind of like the how I felt with Blue Oyster Cult when I had to get the whole thing. This one's a very close. I'm still not 110% familiar with the music, but I know a lot of. I've been listening to a lot of Axe of late. So anyway, it's mostly the main guy, Bobby Barth, on guitar and vocals, and if you see him on the videos on YouTube, he's definitely... No, they all look like bikers, or... Yeah, they would belong in a biker gang, or even Motorhead. Like I said, they had that look. So main guy, Bobby Barth, on guitar vocals, Ed Riley Jr. on keyboards and vocals, Michael Turpin on bass and vocals, Teddy Mueller on drums, and Michael Osborne on guitar and vocals. That was be the main band that would record their first two albums. So here's the first one, just called Axe. So here, like I said, this it's not heavy, but it's not like pop, or it's got still a heaviness to it, but it's like as about as heavy as Heavy Journey, I guess, if that's but anyway, so they had their first album, which was in 1979. Life's Just an Illusion. Like, you just listen to that track and you'll be like, okay, that's very radio friendly rock. There we go. AOR. That's pretty much how it Back on the Streets is another great track here. But like I said, the first two albums are good, but I'll spend more time regarding the other ones after. So Axe, the first one from 1979, and you can see that's the logo for the first two albums right here. A new logo would come up much better. So that's the first one. Cheers again to you all. Album number 2 comes in 1980, which is Living on the Edge. And it took me a while to figure out the guy is splitting a vinyl, but like on this, like it's pretty cool. I like that. So Living, at first from far away, looked like the front of a locomotive, a fucking train. There you go. Anyway, Axe again right here with the old logo that was on the first two albums. Here's a picture of them. Kind of looks like bikers, a little bit Nazareth-ish too, I guess. If you so there's Edgar Riley Jr., Bobby Barth, which is pretty much the main guy, Michael Osborne right here, Teddy Mueller on drums, and Michael Turpin on bass for the second album right here. Living on the Edge, another great song here. First Time, Last Time. They do a cover of I Can't Help Myself, Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, which actually works. It's not the best cover in the world, don't get me wrong here, but it works. I was turning around like, I know that song. Like, they play it, or they recorded it in a way that they made it their own, but you're like, okay, I know that now. But anyway, second album, Living on the Edge, or Living on the Edge from 1980. Now we get into the good stuff here. So, and I can't believe I never heard this track here. So 1982 comes Offering. This is the album I saw as a kid when I went shopping with my neighbor. So I've seen this album cover everywhere and anywhere. Like I said, they're in bargain bins everywhere. But on this album here, 1982, they do get a new bass player by the name of Wayne Hayner. Now, when I tell you that the song, they're known for, well, they were, I was told by, but anyway, they are known for the song Rock and Roll Party in the Streets. If you've never heard that song, just check it out on YouTube. It's super catchy. And again, here's how they look like. Again, bunch of bikers. You wouldn't believe that. What I like about this band is it's not about the heaviness. It's about the song and the structure of the song and the hook. They just go and make the best song possible. And Rock and Roll Party in the Streets is what you call one of those great songs. I'm like, how come I never heard that song before? They were not super popular, but mind you, this album, they managed to tour with Scorpions, Kiss, Iron Maiden, Ozzy Osbourne. But yeah, and of course on this, Like I said, Rock and Roll Party in the Streets is the first song. They also do a cover of I Got the Fire. Yes, that I Got the Fire from Montrose, which was also covered by Iron Maiden. I no, it's not the same era. That was about 83, I think. This is 82. Could have been recorded at the same time ish. I don't know, but yeah, this is what you call a great. Well, the next this one and next one here, great albums here. So check out Rock and Roll Party in the Streets. I'm gonna say this till I friggin' die here. Check out that song. It's one of those great pop rock or hard rock, pop hard rock, catchy songs. Again, lots of piano on that one here. Um, I Got the Fire, like I said, Steal Another Fantasy, Video Inspiration, Holding On, great album right here. So this is from 1982. And same lineup, and this is the album. One sec. This is the album that started it all. When I bought this in Montreal, it would be thanks to Pascal. So Axe, Nemesis. And look, like these albums look like friggin' heavy metal like albums, and it's not. And here, this is how they look like. This is not an AOR type sounding band. Based on how they look like. And on this album, man, I cannot get enough. Again, just like Rock and Roll Party in the Street, I cannot get enough of this song, Heat in the Street. I guess they really love the streets. But yeah, this is so good. I remember putting this on when I got home, and I was like, wow, this is not what I expected, but this is friggin' good. This is all about the song. And I posted this on my Instagram as Vinyl of the Day. And a friend of mine, Darren, who's actually been on my channel a couple of times, tells me, how come I never knew about this? Like himself, and he knows a lot of music. Like I would compare him for hair metal as my friend Steve from Rock and Metal Invasion as knowledge regarding that. I know it's not a genre of music there, but you know what I'm talking about. Hair metal, anyway. So yeah, he's like, how come I never knew about this? So, well, there's a reason you may not have known, and there's sadness coming after this. But anyway, they were getting, starting to get popular here. But yeah, Heat in the Street is so good. I think you'll remember Tonight is some sort of a slower one here. Masquerade, Girls, 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 not that version. But yeah, anyway, check out Nemesis and Axe. By the way, this one was called Offering from 1982. 1983 has Nemesis. So check this one out, especially Heat in the Street. Now, when I say there may be a reason why you never heard of these guys is, well, Michael Osborne, the guitarist, or the second guitarist, got killed in a car crash just after the release of this album. Not sure if it was during a tour or not. It's not super easy finding stuff regarding this band online. But yeah, Michael Osborne was killed in a car crash. Bobby Barth was with him. He was very badly injured. Apparently lucky to come out of there alive. So because of that tragedy, they disbanded. So this was in 1983. Now, Bobby Barth gets better, but it's not until 1996. There was again, we're talking in the grunge era too there, which was surprising to me there, but there was some people wanted to hear Axe again. So they get back together, but this time with Bob Harris on vocals. I'm just going to mention the two main guys here. Blake Eberhard on bass, and the rest of the regular band got back together to come up with their fifth album called V. Right? So I got this on Cleopatra Records. This came out on Deadline Music. And there's one I'm missing. I'm hoping that Deadline will actually give that one a vinyl treatment also as. And I was listening to this. I'm like, wow, this is again so friggin' good. I would say Nemesis offering and this one would be my three favorite um, Axe albums. So yeah, Bobby Barth is back. So the rest, but Bob Harris. Oh, I forgot to mention, he's actually was a lead vocalist for the Frank Zappa group way back, obviously there. So yeah, they come out with this their fifth album called V, and cool intro. Magic in Your Eyes, a great song. Sting of the Rain, Life in the Furnace, Burn Me Once, Burn Me Twice. The whole album is actually very good. This was actually a surprisingly very good album. So Axe V, their fifth album right here. And then I'm going to post in 2000, they released an album called The Crown. I'll post that here, which I do not own because it's only been released on vinyl. So I'm hoping that somebody like Cleopatra Records or Deadline Records will actually go and issue that one, because Cleopatra's been reissuing a bunch of the acts, especially the first 5 albums on vinyl there. So hopefully The Crown will get that treatment. And then there's more member changes for that album also. I'm not going to get into the whole thing. Then this is my latest release. I got this one, which is called Final Offering, which obviously states that this is their final album so far. Here's a picture of there you go. There's our Bobby Barth right here, and Rob Harris and a bunch of new folks. Gerald Berger, Scott Misner, Brad Banhagel, Craig Geisler. Took me a while, but it's a little bit mellower, but it's still great music. Again, this took me those 3 that I mentioned you there, Offering, Nemesis, and V, was actually good on first listen. This one took me a good 3 or 4 listens before I'm like, okay, it's not as it's not rocky as those other 3, but it's still very good. Especially, was it Money? Yeah, Money. There you go. That one was a good one here. Road to Damascus. Years slip away. Anyway, I'm glad to have found this one here. It was not super cheap, but not super expensive either. But Axe Final Offering, then that's all that there is regarding this band. But like I said, if you do want to hear what the real sound of Axe sounds like, check out Rock and Roll Party in the Street and Heat in the Street. Heat in the Street is a little bit heavier, I guess, but yeah, it's wow. Like that to me, that was a discovery and a half. But again, talk about not the image that they portray is not at all the sound on the like when you see Motorhead, that's what you hear on those albums. This, you see Motorhead and you hear Heavy Journey, I guess, if that's, but there's some heavier songs, don't get me wrong there. So anyway, check out Heat in the Street. So on that note, this is my episode dedicated to Axe. So remembering forgotten bands like I've been doing a few times. Have a last sip here. And that's it. So once again, that's the episode. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. 5 more until 600. You know what that means. Contest alert. So, yeah. And then also check out my Instagram page below, and to see a different vinyl every day. So again, thank you guys for watching. We shall see you guys next episode. Take care. Bye.